Hello everyone. Here I will show you a tutorial how I built these two pieces of Orgonite that you see here. And to start off, I will show you the first layer that you see here. And yeah, here we have placed some blue apatite crystal pieces and black tourmaline in the center, and here we have a copper tensor ring and another copper tensor ring and some stainless steel balls that are coated in copper that are also laid in this circular pattern here, and some silicon carbide that is on the outer edge. And yeah, I've placed epoxy all around here. Same on the other one, just a bit smaller. So let's go to the next one. Here you can see it in more detail. I've also added some small pyrite bits here in between, and you can also see these gold flakes. This is just some leaf gold that I mixed into the epoxy. And yeah, the same on the smaller one. And here you see the next layer that I've made is just more epoxy, and also I've added some glow-in-the-dark powder. This is the white stuff that looks a bit cloudy, and I've mixed it into the resin, but after I added the resin. So I've mixed in the powder afterwards, so I can place it right around this blue ring. And the same on the other piece, as you can see here. And for the next layer, I've added a lot of iron granulate, and on the outside this is just pure iron. What you see here, this is a bit darker, and this is stainless steel in the center that's more gray from the color. So yeah, I did the same on the next piece. And for the next layer, I've added a lot of fine copper, and this is very fine strands of copper that I've placed very densely. So after I've added it, I've poked it with a wooden stick, so it becomes really dense in the resin. And I've also added a crystal in the center, of course. And I did the same on the other one. And the crystal tip is pointing downwards, of course. And here I've added an array of more crystals to this layer. So what you see here is just some quartz crystal tips, here, 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 and also black tourmaline that I've added here, and some rose quartz over here, and in the center around here some shungite. And on the other smaller one I also did the same, but with a bit smaller crystals, of course. And yeah, this is a view of both of them in comparison. Then I've added some epoxy to it, and also some sodalite crystals on the bigger one, just because I like this crystal very much. And yeah, the same on the other one. You see a view of both of them. And here I've already added some quartz crystal chips. These are just small chips of quartz crystals. And yeah, you can maybe see already here where it's a bit cloudy, I've also added some glow-in-the-dark powder. so this layer will glow in the dark. And yeah, basically I filled all the spaces where it would be empty and just resin with these quartz crystals, these fine ones. And the same over here, also filled with quartz crystals and this glow in the dark powder. And here is a view of both of them. And I've also made a short video. Yeah, where you can basically see it from all sides how this layer looks. And yeah, this is the second piece. Maybe I skipped this video a bit because it's not too interesting. So yeah, we've come to the next layer where I already added a layer of fine brass pieces on top. This is the golden stuff, and what you see here, there I've already started adding some iron for the already next layer, but yeah, I could take a photo before I forgot. And in the center, what you see here is a circular magnet array with neodymium magnets, and this is a very strong magnet array that's basically powering the whole orgonite. And I've placed this right around the center quartz crystal. And you will see I've done the same on the smaller one too. And I also placed this magnet array around the crystal here. In the smaller one it's a magnet array with 6 magnets, and on the bigger one, as you can see here, it's with 8 magnets. And all magnets are facing the same direction, so we basically have one strong north pole in the center that's facing out up and down, and a strong south pole that's facing out all around here. Same on this one. I will show you here how when I have added some more iron to it, this was the next layer, you see already how the field forms with the iron. And here is a view of how it looks like, the arrays with the crystals. And here is the 2 arrays itself. And here is an interesting video of the arrays under the magnetic viewing film. This would be the big array for the big orgonite piece with the 8 magnets. And you see this octagonal shape and pattern. This is it viewed from the side, the array, what you see right now. And if I turn it again, you will see from top or bottom, it looks the same. And yeah, you see this really nice pattern that this array forms. And yeah, this is basically what powers the whole, or what makes that whole piece of orgonite so strong. This is the smaller array with just 6 magnets. As you can see, a hexagonal pattern forming. If I move the magnet further away and closer to it, you will see these patterns forming that you see here. From the side it looks kinda the same. And yeah, this is basically, here I have some images. There you can see it better. This is the bigger array with the octagon pattern that you see here. Then I have some photos where I moved the array a bit further away from it, like here. And this is the smaller array that you see here. So basically we have a piece of orgonite with a strong magnetic field, and when it's finished, it has a really interesting field that you can actually feel quite strong. And with this array, this is one of the most powerful pieces that I've built so far. So let's continue with the explanation of the next layers. So here you see on the brass layer, I've already added a layer of stainless steel granulate here. That's of course ferromagnetic, and the same on the smaller piece. And here I've added some fine copper again. I made this out of stranded copper wire, cut it in very fine pieces. So yeah, this is basically when you push it down with a wooden stick, so it's getting packed very dense, you get a very dense and good copper layer. And the same on the smaller piece, of course. Here is a view of both. And on top of this, I've added another crystal layer, and I will explain that one too. So here at the center we have amethyst, then we have orange calcite, this is this stuff here, then with labradorite, I think that's what it's called, this is this one here, and rose quartz, of course, and out here a ring of shungite. So for the smaller one, it's kind of similar, but instead of orange calcite, I've taken this blue quartz. I don't know the name of it, and yeah, I call it blue quartz instead. So then all the labradorite and amethyst and shungite. So view from top of both. Then I've also added this fine quartz sand. This is just quartz crystals, but very fine. It's like salt or sugar. So to fill all the spacings in between, I've added a lot of this quartz sand. And yeah, the same on this smaller piece. And then I filled it up with lots of bigger quartz chips that you see here, and then again the small quartz sand, and also the cloudy stuff that you see here is again glow in the dark powder. And same on the smaller one, filled it up like this. Then I've added another copper tensor ring and some copper coated stainless steel balls on top. And the same on the small one. And then I've added another layer of fine copper, and same on the small one, also with fine copper. And here I've prepared two spiral coils that I've made with copper wire, as you can see here. And I've placed them on top of the next layer. And the next layer is red, and this is because I've added some iron oxide powder to the resin. This colors it really red, as you can see here. And then I've added some rose quartz chips, smaller rose quartz chips that you see here all around. And same on the small one. And then I've added some more black tourmaline. This is small black part that you see here, this black tourmaline, and also some quartz sand again to fill it up. And yeah, the same on the smaller one, of course. And to finish it up, I've added some dried lavender here that you see placed here, and also on the small one. And now we're at the last layer. The last layer is black, and this is added. I've added some shungite powder to the resin, and this colors it black. And yeah, I filled it up basically all with iron. What you see here is stainless steel balls, and this stuff here is all fine iron granulate. And you see here only half of it, because I've added then some more of this resin mix, and yeah, then even more of this stainless steel balls and granulate. And this is what it looks like when it's finished. I did the same iron layer on the smaller one. It's also finished like this. And yeah, this is basically how you build it. It takes a few days because you have to let the layers dry before you can continue with the next layer. And yeah, you have to be patient. But then you can have a beautiful piece like this. And if you made it this far in this video, you will see this nice glow-in-the-dark pictures. This is the big one, and this is a top view of it. And this is the smaller one. And this is when it's charged before and then put in a dark place. By charged I mean put in a place where it's, yeah, with a flashlight you can charge it, or in sunlight. So then you get a strong light effect like this. And yeah, for the end of this video, I will show you this video, and this is just yeah, let's say a compilation of how it looks like when it's finished. Here I've already sanded off the edges and polished it, so it has a nice surface finish. And I think it ended up really beautiful, and it has a really strong field. You can measure with the phone, when you measure the magnetic field of the piece of Orgonite, I can measure over 2 millitesla on the top. And yeah, that is how you can make really strong Orgonite. And if you're interested in buying this, I also sell it, and I will put a link in the video description, so you will find the necessary information. So this is the smaller piece that you see here. It's gotten really nice. It's not as strong as the bigger one, but it feels more aggressive. Just because it's so much stuff packed in a smaller size. And this is also what I consider really important about making Orgonite, is that you pack everything really dense. You don't want pockets where there's just resin. And also the metals, use fine metals, or metals that you can pack really densely, as you have seen. So this is it for this video. So hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching, and goodbye.